Hi, Jamie Sutton here, Holistic Registered Dietitian. Today I'm coming to you to talk to you about making small incremental dietary changes over time. You don't want to revolutionize your diet or your dietary changes overnight. Generally speaking, the path of least resistance will be the most successful. So in other words, when you're wanting to embark on a journey of greater health and you want to improve your diet and you have a whole list of dietary changes that you want to make to improve your health, well, you want to start with a couple things at a time. If you try to implement too many changes all at once, generally speaking, you'll be less successful. So the more changes you make at one time, the less successful or the less likely it will be that all those changes that you're trying to implement will become habits. So here are my recommendations to you. My recommendations are that you make a list of all the things that you feel you need to change about your diet or that you want to change based on what you know and either if you've seen a nutritionist or what you've learned on the internet, whatever it is that you feel that whatever changes you feel you need to make in your life, specifically diet, pick 2 to 3 that you want to work on at one time. Generally, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks for something to become a habit. If you do something repetitively each day, about 3 to 4 weeks before that change becomes a habit. So if you pick 2 things to 3 things at the most to work on in your diet and just focus on doing those 2 to 3 things every single day and don't worry about anything else, then the chances are after about a month those things will be a habit, and then those things will actually be part of your life and you won't have to think about them. They won't be as taxing on you mentally or emotionally because now they're part of you. They're part of your routine. And then at that point, then you can pick another 2 or 3 things to work on from that point on, and that's how you continue to move forward in making positive lifestyle habits that stick. So here's my 3 recommendations that I have found work well for a lot of people. And my first one is start with 20 ounces of water first thing in the morning within a half hour of getting up. So generally, many of us are in a chronic state of dehydration, and sometimes when we're dehydrated, we overeat because our bodies mistake hunger, our bodies sometimes mistake thirst for hunger. So when we're in a state of being thirsty or we're dehydrated, especially when you're in a state of thirst or a state of dehydration where you don't necessarily feel really thirsty. You're drinking enough to where you're not always feeling thirsty, but yet you're not drinking enough to fully hydrate your body. Sometimes that can manifest in premature hunger. So a good way to make sure that you don't confuse hunger for thirst is first thing when you get up in the morning, drink 20 ounces of water, and preferably drink 20 ounces of water either with some freshly squeezed lemon or some raw apple cider vinegar. So either take a half of a lemon and squeeze it in your water, or take 1 tablespoon of pure apple cider vinegar and put that in your water. And what that does is that helps alkalize your body. And lemon juice, especially fresh lemons, if it's not lemon from concentrate, fresh lemons will help your skin, it'll help your complexion. Lemons are high in vitamin C and antioxidants, so it's a great way to get some alkalizing nutrients in your body. And number 2, drink that same 20-ounce glass of water between breakfast and lunch, and then again between lunch and dinner. So, and you want to do this about 20 to 30 minutes before you eat lunch and before you eat dinner. So if you drink 20 ounces of water first thing in the morning, 20 ounces of water about 20 to 30 minutes between breakfast and lunch, and then again between lunch and dinner, that'll give you 60 ounces of fluids right there. And we want to aim for getting about half our body weight in ounces in water per day. So if you just do those things, then you don't have to worry about, you won't have to worry so much about the additional water you drink. And my third recommendation is eat 3 to 4 ounces of protein with each meal that you eat throughout the day. And 3 to 4 ounces is about the size of the palm of the hand if we're talking about animal protein such as meat, or that would be 3 eggs. 1 egg is equal to 1 ounce of protein. It would be about 25 grams of 21 to 25 grams of protein powder. It would be a cup of beans, to give you an example of what 3 to 4 ounces of protein would equal to. And also aim for either a cup of fruit or aim for vegetables that take up 2 cupfuls, either 2 cups of vegetables, or if you were to cup vegetables in both hands, eat that amount. So 3 to 4 ounces of protein with each meal, and either a cup of fruit or 2 cups of vegetables, or if you just take each hand and just cup it, that amount of vegetables with each meal. And that's it. Those are my 3 recommendations.